Hello everyone. So today I will be having a talk on the topic Selenium beyond testing. I hope everyone might have heard the word Selenium before, and most of them might be using it for testing the web application. But the reason why I'm taking this topic today is like just to show like what are all the things that can be done with Selenium just apart from testing. Because like most of you just use it for testing, and someone who is coming new for the QA industry, that's how they have been also been taught like Selenium is a testing tool you can use only for web automation. So just to push the limits apart, I have like done few projects using Selenium, which is completely unrelated to testing. So I will be sharing you the journey and things that I have done and the challenges that I've been facing while doing the task. So accidentally, if you have ever opened the Selenium's official website, so this is the first thing that you will be seeing on their home screen, which says like Selenium automates browser. That is what the power is entirely up to you. So that's so true. So Selenium is just a automation framework which enables the user to perform automation on a web. So it has nothing specific to do with testing. So whatever you want to do with the tool is it's entirely up to you. So just to showcase this particular term, I will be sharing you the projects that I've been doing. So on the list, first, I have created a sample automation script using Selenium to play the Dino game. I'm not sure like if you have seen this particular like any of them automated this particular game using a lot of MI and AI algorithms. But I had a thought like why not we should use tools like Selenium to perform this automation task. And I just started this project. So one of the important point to be noted here is like the entire game is rendered using a canvas element. So I will just show you the web page here. So to make that game available, we need to disable our internet and just hit some random URL. Cool. So now we got the game. If you inspect the HTML page, you can just see a canvas element which renders the entire game here. So you can see here, right? So all game characters, score, everything is rendered as part of this canvas element. So technically in Selenium, like if you want to automate something, you will just inspect here, find the element. Either you will click on it or you will get the text and do whatever stuffs you want. But in this particular use case, to interact with this game, we need a lot of information from this canvas. So we need to get the position of this T-Rex. We need to identify at which position this obstacle is coming. We need to find the game. And like as game progresses, the speed of the T-Rex will also get increased. So we need to identify what's the current speed of the game. So there are like a lot of things which we like data which we need to obtain from the web page. So instead of getting those details from the HTML page, what I did is if you type runner here, so this is a kind of a global JavaScript variable that is registered to the browser's window object, which tracks the current state of the game. So it has all the information about the game, what are all the obstacles available, or like what is the current speed of the game, everything you will get like the position of the T-Rex. So using Selenium's JavaScript executor, we will be continuously extracting all the informations here, and we will try to identify the distance between the dino and the obstacle. And if the distance meets some particular threshold, then we will be automatically pressing the space button. So this works both for ground level obstacle and flying level obstacles. So yeah, so that's how like I came with this project and I solved the automation here. So I will be sharing the link to my PowerPoint so that you can check the demo and source code of the project here. So the second thing is like playing an online piano. So this is again another interesting project because the entire piano is rendered as a canvas element here. So I will quickly share the that project as well. Okay, so this is just a web-based piano. Again, this entire piano is rendered using canvas element here. So here the challenge is two things. The first thing is to identifying the right keys. So if you want to press this key number 5, I just need a way to uniquely identify this key. The second thing is like we need to manage the pass. So if you want to press this T key for like 5 seconds, I need to somehow have like a wrapper which handles all those cases. So the approach which I used here is like based on the uh, length of the entire piano. So basically, like first we will need to get the total length of the piano, and each key will have its own width here. So let's say if the entire width of this piano is going to be like 200 pixels, then each of the keys will have a width of like 1 pixel or something. So if you want to click on this particular key, so based on the number of keys and the width of the key, we will be identifying the position here. So then using Selenium's action class, we will just mouse over this to that particular point, and we will just do a click action here. So based on that, like we will be like tracking the, if you take any particular song, we will just have a list of notes to be played and the amount of sleep time for which that key need to be pressed. So we will be tracking it in a separate list, and in a loop, we will just keep on pressing the keys in a sequence. So that way, like it produces a nice song. So this is the second project. So the next project will be, so again, like I have attached the repository where you can find the source code for this. So the third project is like using Selenium, how we can draw any given image on a web-based or HTML-based canvas element. So for this, we are using, I have used Python with a few other image processing library. So what it basically does is like it will get any input image as a parameter, and it converts that input image into a like a black and white image. So from that black and white image, we will just extract the outline. So in this case, we will just get the outline of this image, and we will get all the coordinates for that outlines. So from that coordinates, we will just construct like a sequence of path, and using Selenium's action class, we will just draw all the particular path which we obtained, and in the canvas, the image is plotted. So I can quickly show the demo as well. So if you can see, so like we will be taking the image as an input. So as you can see, the script is just like started drawing its outline over there. It's bit time like consuming process. Like it took around like 15-20 minutes for the entire image to be drawn. So yeah, so you can also use this technique to test the application which uses like e-signature or like if handwritten to text conversion application. So you can use this approach where you will save all your handwritten like signature as an image, and just convert that image into this kind of path, and you can test those application as well. So this is one of the other project. So the next will be like solving online Rubik's cube. So this is like one of the interesting project because uh, the website which I used for solving the Rubik's cube is like has some complex HTML structures over here. So previous all websites are like completely rendered as an canvas, but in this case, the cube was rendered as an individual HTML elements. I will also probably show that. Okay, so this is the site. So I am the cube.be. So if you can see, you can like use your mouse to just change the position and do everything. And if you inspect it, so here each individual cube is going to be a unique. So you can see like it will be a unique HTML elements. The interesting part is if you're gonna switch that particular element to a different place, you still need to identify the element which is present at the top corner here. So then only you can make the next move. Let's say if you want to move to the leftwards, again you need to identify this first element here. But the challenging part is like this element is HTML structure is going to be static. So the structure is never going to change. You cannot work on index based thing. So what I have done is like same as for the Dino game, you can get the state of the cube from this particular object. Again, this is a global JavaScript object registered to the window, global window thing. So from here, like you can get each and every information of the cube and its position. So if I want to move from here to here, so we need to identify this cube's color here. And from it, we will be identify, okay, this is going to be in this particular div's third position. So from there, we will use Selenium's action class to just drag, just do a mouse move thing. So that way, like we will be able to perform the actions using our Selenium scripts here. The logic which I used here is like I used a different library which gives you the solution. So you pass the current state of the cube, it gives the number of moves and what all the moves you need to make. So that I have used as a different library. And from the result obtained from that library, I just used it to make perform that move Selenium using the Selenium. So this is the fourth project. So the final project, like this is also like one of the interesting thing, and this was a challenge given for me from one of my friend from LinkedIn. So this is basically so I hope you have all seen this site. This is okay. So this is a SpaceX docking simulator. So recently, like SpaceX has launched a spacecraft to the space, and they used a similar interface in their docking. So it's like a web-based interface where you need to correctly dock your spaceship into the International Space Station. So not sure why it is taking so much time to do. Okay. So again, this is a basic HTML web page. The task here is to like you need to move this particular arrow and you need to fit it to this green color dot. So you need to like you have like series of actions here to increase the speed, to make the movement right left. So you need to move it top and bottom. So you have like a lot of actions here. So one of the challenge which I faced to automate this is if you haven't made any key action, it will still keep on moving. So it doesn't gonna stop as soon as you removed any key actions. So you need to have a logic in place, like it should constantly check, like if there is no movement, you need to keep on equalize its position. So if it moves little further, again you need to bring it back to this original position. So the one other challenge is like at the point of docking, you need to maintain the speed here. So you can see all the attributes here, right? So the speed should be this is the speed here. The speed should be like less than 0.2 here. So if you are moving in a very like fast also, it gonna crash. So you need to like maintain lot of parameters like while doing this docking operation as well. So I have also solved the same issue using Selenium. So I will be attaching the source code for the same project here in my repo. So you can find it and you can also like try to automate. So so I would suggest like before checking the source code, you first give it a try and see if you can able to solve it. If you can't, then go and check the source code, like how I solve these things. So I hope you all enjoy this session. So if you have any doubts, just join my Slack group and post your questions over there, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions.